Hey YouTubers, how we doing on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. And today I thought we'd talk a little bit about fertilizers. Fertilizers in the planted tanks can be kind of daunting at times. You look online, you go to your local fish store or pet store or whatever, and there's all these different fertilizers out there. You got your solid root tab type fertilizers, you got the liquid fertilizers in multiple different varieties and multiple different flavors. And then you've also, sometimes you'll find online where people are talking about the dry fertilizers. So what's the difference? I mean, what do I need? I got a couple of plants I put in my tank, and I know I got to fertilize them somehow. So what is it that I need to make my plants grow properly? Well, we're going to take a look at that today, and hopefully I'm going to give you a little bit of insight to that. And yeah, so let's get started.
Dry ferts, liquid ferts, tablet ferts. What is the difference? Well, I thought I'd try to break this down a little bit for y'all. Really, in the overall scheme of things, there is no real difference.
They all have pretty much the same stuff.
Root tabs are either a fertilizer, a man-made fertilizer of your basic NPK, which is nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, and some micronutrients, which they may add in a little bit of copper and magnesium and iron and that kind of thing. Put into either a gel tab form or a gelatin type form, where you push it down into the substrate to feed root feeding plants. If you have a dirty tank, you don't necessarily need to do that, at least not for the first couple of years, because all those nutrients will be in the dirt, and that's the purpose of the dirt. It's all the same stuff. It's all the same chemicals. The liquid ferts are the same thing, just in a dissolved form in water. They take reverse osmosis water or clear water and just add the NPK, and sometimes they separate it out. In this particular, that's fluorine multi, which is a multi-nutrient with iron and iodine added. Somehow or another they stabilized the iron so that it didn't bond with the potassium, I guess. Not sure exactly, but that's Brightwell Aquatics. You got Seachem's version of it, which they have their Aquavitro line and their standard line of Flourish. And same thing. You're basically paying for the dry ferts mixed up with water. So you're paying for the shipping of all the water, and the water is probably 95% of what's inside those containers. So that brings us down to the dry ferts. The dry ferts you can get in little plastic containers, baggies like this, same stuff. See, there's iron right there. Down below it, that's potassium sulfate, which is potassium. And there's potassium nitrate, which is nitrate. And what you do there is you mix your own. You get your own distilled water, or you can go to the store and get distilled water, or if you have RO system, you can use the RO system, and you mix it out. They give you the measurements of how much to add per, and you mix it into your own bottle, and you can cater your own, depending on what kind of water you have. If you have very hard water, a lot of those minerals, it may have a lot of it may have already had a lot of calcium and iron and other minerals in it, so maybe you don't need so much of that, so you downgrade on those particular minerals in your mixture. But at any rate, that's really it in a nutshell. The reason that a lot of the people who keep fish rooms or a large amount of tanks, they're planted, they usually go with the dry ferts because for your money spent. One is it's controllable, and second is it's dirt cheap. It's 10 times cheaper than buying it in the bottles, which is pre-mixed, and you go with whatever it is that you get. Now, I know that Seachem does do the separate bottles, but you're still paying for the water, and that's a premium. That's some premium water, I guess. And then the root tabs, you can buy the pre-made root tabs. API has some, Seachem, of course, has some, or you can make your own, which is just going to your local home center or Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can pick up Osmocote, and you just get some gel tablets, and you pack your own and make your own. And they slow release after you put them down underneath the gravel or your substrate. But that's it, people. I mean, there's no magic recipe to anything because everybody's water's different. They do have a starter recipe for the dry ferts that you could find online very easily. There's the two different methods. There's the EI method, and then there's the PPS method. I prescribe to the PPS method. Other people's do the EI, or it's just whichever way you want to go with it. I think the PPS saves a little bit. It's not you don't dose as much as the EI does, but hey, I'm a penny pincher. Try to save as much money as I got because I got a business I got to run. But at any rate, once you start off with your base formula that they give you, you start dosing your tanks, and I usually dose 5 milliliters to my 50 gallon, 1 milliliter per gallon, or per 10 gallons. And I try to do it, maybe 5 times a week. I'll skip a day here and there, and it keeps everything running smoothly. And you all have seen my tanks. If you haven't, go back and look at some of the videos. I'm happy with it. If you're the kind of person that's busy and got a real job and don't have the time to mix up your own, then by all means, go with the Brightwell Aquatics Florin Multi or the Seachem or the API. They all do well. Corey over at Aquarium Co-op, he's supposed to have some really good stuff. Easy Green. I mean, if that's what you're all about and you just don't have the time, then I recommend that. If on the other hand you're kind of a tinkerer and a DIY kind of person and you want to save some money, go with the powder, the dry ferts, definitely. Yeah, but that's all I got for you. Hope this was helpful. See you next time.